There, can you see the way I am moving? Can you see the way it's move? That will tell you way move bounce for an episode because this particular episode is having a few looks that is making me to open a GoFundMe of inquiries. Azazal, Avazal, when, then, when, how? I don't want to know the how. All I know is that we're on a brand new episode of the Fashion Shock Show. It's still your girl Kiki. Welcome on the show. My very first question on this episode is, where are you guys finding all this veranda you are calling front? Are you letting gate here? Where are you finding all this thing? This is a veranda now, you know, specifically a veranda around a Lago Meji. This is not even an Ekoyi or a Magodo or a Bagada veranda. This is that type of veranda that you know that is gonna be having a little touch of cobweb. Torikwe is not gonna have definition. When they are talking of frontal, you talk about the front of a newspaper. When they are talking of frontal, you talk about the front of a textbook. When they talk of frontal, you talk about the cover of a magazine, there be GQ or Vogue. But what we have here, that's what we call a Royin Alawiyeti Aro Friday. This news is already still now and take him on. Once again, I tell you, this is not a frontal, this is a veranda. A frontal is meant to highlight, accentuate, and make your airline seem fuller. Literally, we're trying to, illustrate, emulate, copy the airline of an Igbo person. Yes, let's put it that way in a layman's language. So now what I expect from this particular look is for you to have that defined natural feel. Is there anything natural about this thing? Any relationship that you need to kayamata, my dear? You want to put it scatter? Thanks. Many of you might know the Kwamwan of music. We call him K1, the ultimate. Now he's having one lyric. He say, "Ma mi." Come on, look. Oh, come on, look, Harry. Auntie Rosita, come on, look. Then, please, what that past tense? I mean, match past. Yeah, that match past socks that's in your hand. What is it for? Is it to capture the elegance of that look? Is it to further accentuate your look? Oh, is it to detail the look? If you are planning, yeah, you want to use that socks to detail the look. Molayo, I have joy to tell you, that particular hand and the socks, it have already castigate you because it did not accentuate anything. Yeah, because the answer that you are trying to copy is from Neko. Did anybody tell you when you are sitting there inside what exam? Luba castigates. Yeah, it castigates. That is a sock, not a glove. If you want a glove, you get a proper glove in any color that you want and it would fly. You want to wear a sock, it belongs to the leg. Now, Yoruba will say that we cannot use where we are using to walk to put on our head. That's not gonna work. Now, there's too much going on in this particular outfit. It's not giving me a defined or specific fit. I cannot say that this is an eccentric look. I can neither say that it is eccentric. I can't say that this is an evening look. I can't say it is a casual look. Now, let's call it casual evening eccentric. What do you call that? Electric. Thanks. There are times when you're so hungry and then get home very late at night and you're thinking to yourself, what do I eat? So you enter your fridge, you see a little bit of beans. You also see baby like tin corn. You know what they call tin corn? The sweet corn, mominion, exactly. Then you pour that sweet corn inside of your beans. Now, if we are going to throw that back a little bit, we call it what? Adalu, especially if it's having a little ready. My dear, don't you think with that platinum blonde on your head that you just attach it on your head, don't you think that's a substance of Adalu? Adalu, that's what we call salmon lebe. It's like back when you have done bricklayer before, you now carry cement. Bidding. I want to tell you, in the bidding, you didn't work. Another thing about your choice of hair is that it must just blend in. Either you're leaving your hair out, or it's a frontal, or it's a closure. It is very, very important that it blends in. That's the beauty of extension. It must be seamless. It must look smooth. It must be pleasing to the eye. Now, this is not pleasing to the eye. It's not pleasing to the nose. It's not pleasing to the hair. What do you think I'm talking about? That's the Nigerian Constitution. Who are pleasing both to the young. Why do you think we went outside to go and do answers? Hello, Platinum. Thanks. The next show we have on the show today is what I call the Lala brows. Now you see, the Lala brows is that kind of brows that actually elongate past the line of your natural brows. Now this brow is actually something that came from a very remote village in Kenya. Now in Kenya, the way they used to draw this brow, you gotta drag it to your past, which is going to be somewhere around your mid-head, close to your hair area. Now this particular brow is actually emulating what the Yorubas call Lala, as a brow falala, falala, drag Lala. So if your brow is not dragging Lala, what really happened? Even when they are dragging people on Twitter, more dragging, more toy now, don't you think this dragging is too much? Auntie Camilla, did you come my pipe down? You know what I mean? Calm down. And finally, on this episode of the Fashion Shock Show is going to be my colleagues in the tailoring and fashion designing business. This is another version of what I ordered versus what I got. I just want to ask you a question, Auntie Taylor. How can a person come to you and order bendy clothes? That's supposed to be a blazers and a pants. Nice cut, nice fit, beautiful, and somehow that is senior of Azazal, you end up sewing the nurse costume for that woman, specifically the nurse that is in mortuary duty. Now this is not nice. Many times I've heard people say things like, why would you order something that was worn by a curvy woman, or why would you wear something that was worn by someone who has more boobs or more bum? But let me tell you this today. In tailoring, there are different statistics on a woman's body. We have the bust, the hip, and the waist. These three are the most important. Now, regardless of your form, a blazer has a tail, a suit has a tail on top of the hip. So regardless of your body shape, there should already be a shape here, naturally. Now, your blazers most time is open-breasted, which means that the button is coming under your bust or on the waistline. That is already accentuating. Now, just like the bottom of my jumpsuit right now, it's a boot cut. So regardless of your waistline or your hip line, it would give you a shape. Tailors and Instagrammers need to stop making this silly excuse. It's a function of fit. We have suits in UK size 6, UK size 4. If there are no women that can actually rock that, I don't think those will exist. So most importantly, you need to get the fit right. My bust is 36, my waist is 29. Guess what? If I wear a nicely fit dress, it will give me that accentuation that I want. Stop making that silly excuse, it does not go. Now to my sister out there, I just want to apologize on behalf of my colleague, they didn't mean it. And my dear colleague who is out there, please, please, and please, I beg you, change your ways, okay? Thanks. Now, just the way you saw me where I bounce into the show, I'm about to bounce out. Until the next time I catch you on that episode, Vincent, go and hide the rain things at the back. Till then, bye guys. Yoruba will say that we will not use what we are supposed to use to step grand. Yoruba will say that. Yoruba will say that. Nobody should forget that line. Yoruba will say that. Yes. Guys, I don't want to lose momentum. Please, Mogbe line sorry. Yeah. Now Yoruba will say that.